Furion versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
I must protect the wild.
Didn't seem like any conceptual errors. Okay, so let's count how many egg activators we have. We have 2 Savage Roars, 2 Arguses, 2 Abuses, that's 6. And okay, so we have enough. I feel good about this. Paladin, these things are really strong fighting against Paladin because they're so board-centric. Oh, that's another one. I think that's 10 egg activators, and I wasn't even counting Power of the Wild because we have Abusive, Mark, Power, Savage Roar, and Argus. And those are all 2 ofs, so that's 10 egg activators, even if we're not counting something like Soul Force, because technically it doesn't allow them to attack.
I'll never tell.
We're going to want to play this egg here. Echoing Ooze is too weak against these Secret Keepers. Even if he doesn't play Secret, it'll still not be that great. If he does play Secret, then really bad. This is my Power of the Wild turn here. In Living Roots, I was gonna say Living Roots like 2/2/2s. That's too much to give up. Especially with Soul Force next turn. Yeah. We definitely need to decide how to do this though. Because I really don't like these trades, but there might be a Muster of Battle next turn. I'm giving up so much though. For battle, it gets 3 pings. No, I actually think I should kill a Secret Keeper here. These guys are pretty resilient to Muster for Battle. I get, multiple whelps from this Dragon Egg because it's not one-shotting itself. It's like it doesn't have Muster for Battle. Or he wouldn't have done that move. Okay, so this is like a situation that kind of came up last game. If we play too much for tempo and too inefficiently, we can run out of cards. So we're going to actually play Echoing Ooze Hero Power here. That way next turn we can do Living Roots, Soul Forest. This is how I maximize my Soul Forest value. Hopefully. Consecrate was really bad for me there. Did manage to dodge it though. This will be very good. We need to lock down our board this turn, make a really strong board, because if we do a Cult Master, all our trades are weird this turn, and next turn will be our Cult Master turn. That looks like a good board. Probably everything going face. This guy can only kill 1 minion, so it's like the way I guess this deck, an important thing is try to maximize the number of minions all the time. So you don't really want to trade and then so that his next guy after the Shredder can trade for 2 minions. It's all about the number of minions for Savage Roar, Mark of the Wild, or Power of the Wild, Cult Master. Next turn he could have Mysterious Challenger. We're gonna be drawing cards though. No, these are easy to trade for. If I might want to trade for, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We want to get this Divine Shield. There's some anti-synergy here. My board is full, no room for this 1 extra egg. That's okay.
Reporting for duty.
Let's see how much damage we have. Can silence that. 6, 10, 13. It's lethal.
I must save
Even against a noble sack.
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
victory or death.
I must protect the wild.
So we're against a control warrior, or at least a warrior. Feels like nothing is weak to... So I guess what we don't want is abusive. Seems like probably the worst card, since it's going to die Dustbite and there's not a lot of things to trade in early. Eggs are the best. Soul of Forest is actually really good. The more I think about it, I might even want to keep Soul of Forest, because Warrior's like a weird matchup where I could run it as Steam. Need a sticky board and something to snowball the board. I'm keeping 2 snowballers. Power of the Wild is worse than Soul of Forest in this matchup, the more I think about it. I'm gonna have to be thinking about these matchups because it's a new deck for me. I guess my conclusion is to drop Power of the Wild and keep Soul of Forest. I feel like Power of the Wild's if you need earlier buffs, or if they're also minion centric, so that you can say buff a 1/2 to kill a a 2/2 or something, like buff 1/2 to a 2/3, things like that. Juve's definitely changed my plays. I mean, probably just want to dump my hand as fast as possible. There's no point in dumping this egg without an activator though. I could just play Finley. I could also just play egg to play around Fire War Axe, because I could drop Finley when there's more, like, together with another minion. That actually makes sense.
What to do?
Because I don't feel like this 1 damage next turn will matter that much. And I do feel that playing around a Fire War Axe is nice. Kind of weird, right? Because if I play this egg and then Jeeves, then Argus next turn, I still can't get through the Unstable Ghoul. And actually the 2/1 just dies from the Dragon Egg. I feel like Patron will be a hard matchup. It feels to me like the hardest matchups will be Handlock and Patron. Handlock because they can kind of just go bigger than you. Like, they're not trying to fight you on board. The new Handlocks are a lot worse than the old Handlocks, I think, against this deck. That's not what I expected this Inner Rage Battle Rage play. And he popped his guy. If we Mark of the Wild and trade in, we're gonna lose our dragon whelp after. But we get to keep the Nerubian alive. I actually think it's worse to keep the Nerubian alive. Still gonna be damaged. It's actually lines up kind of perfect. I'm just gonna actually trade him in.
Time waits for no one.
There's no rush for me to think things through here. This is probably the worst hero power against Patron in general, but probably for my deck, I would say is still good. With all the Power of the Wilds and Soul of Forests.
Made to fit.
The good thing here is that Patron's kind of a combo deck in a way.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
But of course.
my shield for Argus. Blood and plunder.
He might just be out of steam. I mean, he's used one Battle Rage. Second Battle Rage is not even activatable for now. I'm probably not playing Jeeves.
Reporting for duty.
So, okay, I guess I'm trading 3-2. Basically, if he plays Grim Patron, I don't have a way to deal 3 damage, which is a problem. But he just would have to kind of just play Grim Patron. I have Soul Forest, so I do want as many minions as possible on the field. And we can always kind of believe in the heart of the cards, get something to buff my minion up one more.
Reporting for duty.
Definitely want to kill that. We have a total of... oh, it's perfect.
Into the breach.
But of course.
So we can get him to no Battle Rage again if this is second Battle Rage in his hand. This doesn't happen a lot, but I feel like in this situation, we're not going to be playing Jeeves, because he needs the card draw more than me. Now that's pretty tempting to play Jeeves now. I could dump my whole hand. Yeah, I'm going to play Jeeves. He doesn't get the cards until the end of the turn, so I have a whole turn to use all my cards. I think that would...
Can I help you, sir?
But of course.
I want to keep as many minions alive as possible. Because we're going to lose some and we'll have too many, so let's see. We want to take these 2 trades, so I guess these 2 go face first. Oh.
Into the breach.
Quite unfortunate. It's kind of hard for me to make the call of trading first before playing Jeeves, because I had so many minions as 4 health, and also since I do want to play the second Soul of the Forest before trading, and I want to buff my Jeeves with the Soul of Forest, it seemed like a huge kind of like weirdish play. 8, so 16 damage from Savage Roar. 16, 18, 20. That's just 16.
What?
It's not exactly lethal. Yeah, it's 26.
The battle. The battle.
And then actually, so there's a lot of stuff that I need to do, because then I actually need the snowball cards that will pump up my board right before his mid game as well. Potentially Tempo Mage. Echoing is worse than the other 2 drops here. Creeper should be better than Ooze in this matchup. Since you don't really want the power right away, you just want the sticky board, so you just want like Con Creepers and Eggs to absorb Flamewaker.
I'll show them. I'll show them all. We hunger for vengeance.
Trying to think if there's anything cute I can do. So it seems like it's actually Freeze Mage. Soul Force around turn 5 would be good. Or no, my turn 6 would be good for Soul Force. That would be still before Blizzard.
Fight, maggot. For the wild.
And try for a duplicate or something here. We can always play Soul Force before Doomsayer if you Froststone Doomsayers as well. So Dragon Egg isn't going to be doing that much in this matchup other than to stop him from AoEing. I wouldn't develop Dragon Egg here. I just want the most amount of attacking power I can get. Dragon Egg shines in matchups that's like when they're fighting you for board early. If I had a turn 1, I could have fought as Blood Mage and Mad Scientist with it, but as of now, I can't. That's a pretty good card. For now, though, we're not going to be able to blow our hand this turn anyway, so... I mean, we would want to spend more. Like, it would technically be better because I have Jeeves to maybe play Dragon Egg Soul Forest this turn. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I feel like the G's change our play. Our default's definitely into Soul Force next turn because that's when I need to worry about Blizzard. Or if you Frost out Doomsayers, I can Soul Force next turn still and Power the Wild to get in more damage. But it's more use of mana, and I want to dump my hand before Jeeves. Let's go ahead and dump here. The more I think about this play, the play should be Jeeves Iterate Savage Roar instead of Jeeves Power, because I feel like this is as good of a Savage Roar as we're gonna get. Let's say Blizzard's next turn. I also have 3 minions. Right now I have 4. It's not that much difference. I guess I'm gonna Power the Wild.
Time waits for no one. For the wild.
The issue here is like once my board starts getting frozen, the Savage Roar isn't gonna be like this might be the best Savage Roar I'll get, but it's also kind of the same argument against for Power of the Wild. They're kind of similar cards in some regards, and even against Blizzard, I'll have almost as good as Savage Roar next turn. So it looks like I can get his block here. We really want to get the block and that. Alright, let's do some math. It's 24. 1, 2, 5, 6, 12 plus Savage Roar is 12. That's 24. 25 with Power of the Wild. It's 30. That's perfect.
Time waits for no one.
Oh, yes, sir.
For the wild.
Oh, yes, sir. Let me get that.
I feel like this might have been the only way I could have killed the Emperor and get the block. I would have preferred to not get the Jeeves damaged, but I had pretty much exact lethal on his block and the 5/5, so this was the only way I could hit the breakpoint, unfortunately, because I got his block exactly at 2. I had the 2 damage. If I even had one less damage, I couldn't have got both.
Time runs out on me.
I hope you like my invention.
For the wilds.
Okay, so this turn we need to decide whether to attack the 1/1 or his face. If we attack his face, we can face him again next turn. Since my board is full of Fast Frost over number 2, I could get his block. But if we attack his face and his barrier, then we effectively might lose lethal because we could kind of like keeper him through it. I'm gonna go for the face actually. I think that's more important to play around the second block, especially since if he has Frost on number 2, I can't keeper him anyways. And since like let's say I think block is still if it's barrier, it's still not as scary as block. It's like kind of hedging my bets. If he has 9 here, it doesn't really matter. I would kill him anyways if I can attack. If I can't attack, then maybe you can't kill him anyways. So, like, my board is so strong, and it's pretty resilient because of this Soul of Forest here.
For the wilds. For the wilds. Time waits for no one.
So, since I have 4 death rattles right now, I don't feel like adding an egg against Flamestrike or Blizzard is even that important. I feel like it'd be more important for me to be able to play something, potentially. Because right now my board is full, so I don't want to fill up my board with an egg even. And we don't really need to kill this Novice. It doesn't really hit any breakpoints for Flamestrike or Blizzard.
One's out on me.
So he's maybe just starting trying to burn me out. We could always silence a Frost minion, but if we silence one of these 4 attacks, they'll go back up to 2. Back down to 2. So let's see, we can silence this abusive. Oh no, we can't do that. It's not enough room. So we can silence 2, mark 4, 5. Still not 7. Let's see, now we kind of still have enough. Still not sure about playing egg. I actually feel like it gives me more options not to play egg here.
I bring life.
Okay, so he's trying to go for lethal. I feel like if we can't get his block and Alex, we should just get his block and not kill Alex, because we can get some taunts down with Mark of the Wild, and we can just try to taunt Alex. This is a second block.
Time waits for no one.
Okay.
Well played.
Still wanted to leave a room just in case he has another Blizzard, and then I can keep a room in the face still.
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
The wild.
So against Warrior, I wouldn't keep Soul Force here without any early game, even though Soul Force is like the card you kind of want the most against Warrior.
Armor made to fit.
If he's attacking, it could mean that he has Whirlwind there. He's attacking this one. This is just lining up. I want to get this attack in this turn so I don't have to worry about it for later. It's also kind of good to attack against Whirlwind, since if he Whirlwinds, he actually pops the Creeper then. Let me just develop these two minions. I do want to play the Abusive, even though, say, if he plays Belcher, I could just Abusive my guy next turn trade, but since I have Cult Master, I'd rather actually just cycle it, so...
That belongs in a museum.
Okay, either way, I'm going to be not too strong against a Deathbite. I'm just going to take the card draw here, especially since this stops him from playing a 6-drop. Went ahead and attack with the non-taunt first in case I draw something that would change my play. Because ideally I leave up the taunt still. Could protect my Cult Master. I needed the Soul of the Forest here, but Jeeves is kind of something also very reasonable to have in my hand, so it feels like by the time I get to this position, for the most part, I should have cards like Jeeves and Soul of the Forest. It's still probably not good to keep in your opening hand. Looks like I didn't get Baron Gadendelius. Some of his cards are probably hard to use. Controller usually can't just use every card. Some of their cards are really high mana, some are really situational, like Execute. I don't really expect Jeeves to survive more than one turn. I'm thinking of the Keeper Abusive move. Jeeves kind of... So they're both 2 4s and 1 4s. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this. One of his 8 drops is Grom anyways. Next turn, even though Jeeves draws at the end of the turn, I should be able to still, like, every card in my deck other than Innervate should still be playable next turn with Jeeves, and then I'll still get 3 cards.
I can take the hit.
This way I get to keep more of my board alive. I don't have to trade by playing Jeeves there. Savage, okay.
Can I help you, sir?
Trade here. I do want to have a potentially alive Jeeves. This is Control Warrior. Let's see, 5 plus A is 13. He has 23. He'd still be off by 10. Let's go ahead and trade.
Let me get that.
I bring life.
Let me get that.
So we can do maybe 12, 13 damage to him, a little bit off. Let's go ahead and just hunt up here.
I wonder.
My shield for Argus.
Nature's rival.
This way I play around Brawl after the Soul of the Forest. Have a lot of power as well. It would have been slightly stronger for me to taunt these two, but I'd rather just get the 1 extra face damage.
Let me get that.
My shield for Argus.